leadership team, I'd like to thank you for joining us as we honor the seniors on stage before you today. Before we begin, however, I would like to recognize and thank several individuals who are here today. First, our members of the Lakewood City Schools Board of Education, our board president, Mr. Edward Faber, our vice president, Mrs. Linda Beebe, and members, Mrs. Betsy Bergen-Shaughnessy, Mr. Thomas Einhaus, and Ms. Emmy Petrie Barcelona. Thank you so much for being a part of this day. I'd also like to introduce to you and recognize our superintendent of schools, Mr. Jeff Patterson. And please allow me to introduce and thank my fellow Lakewood High School administrative team members who are here with us, who have been tireless supporters of our seniors throughout the years. Our West Shore Career and Technical District Education Coordinator, Mrs. Linda Thayer, our House 1 Principal, Mr. Bill DeBasio, our House 2 Principal, Mr. Brad Lyer, and our House 3 Principal, Mr. Yakub Badat. I'd like to thank and recognize all the members of the Lakewood High School faculty and staff who assisted with commencement. Many of them are currently working behind the scenes. But with those of you in the auditorium right now, please stand so that we can thank you for everything that you've done to make today a great event. So please stand if you're here from faculty and staff. As principal of Lakewood High School, I have the distinct honor and pleasure of presenting the graduating class to you, their family and friends. The class of 2013 has successfully completed the past 13 years of schooling, and they are now ready to leave us and confront the new challenges and responsibilities the future has in store for them. Seniors, congratulations on a wonderful year. You've come a long way to get where you are right now. That you certainly were not alone on your journey. A lot of people have been there for you when you've needed them the most. Please make sure to take time today to thank them for helping you reach this important day in your life. And just as we are incredibly proud of our seniors, I realize you too are very proud of them for reaching this important day. However, in respect to others around you and for those on stage, please silence those pesky electronics at this time if you have not already, and refrain from shouting out or leaving your seats during this commencement ceremony. The seniors on stage have worked very hard to earn this honor, and we all owe them the opportunity to remember their graduation as a ceremony that was conducted with dignity and respect. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium our superintendent, Mr. Jeff Patterson, to share a few words and to introduce our student speakers. Mr. Patterson.
Thank you, Dr. Wagner. Good afternoon. To the class of 2013, congratulations to each of you for reaching this important milestone in your life. Your family, friends, and the employees of this school district are very, very proud of you. As you celebrate your success today, please remember to recognize the many people in your family, your school, and the greater Lakewood community that have in some way prepared you for this very moment. Please be reminded that this commencement exercise is not an end, but rather a significant beginning in your life. Many opportunities await you now and in the years to come. Today you have proven that you are successful, and continuing that success will depend on your work ethic, your character, and the confidence that you have in yourself. Ralph Waldo Emerson once commented, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." During the days to come, you will have the opportunity to reflect on the past few years, and you will dream and plan for what lies ahead for each of you. The real key to your success will be what lies within each of you. Congratulations and best wishes. It is is my privilege and honor to introduce today's commencement speakers. The first is Frances Grau. Franny Grau is the daughter of LHS alumni Mary Grau and Edward Grau. Franny was involved with the arts through the Barnstormers Drama Club, in which she was president her senior year and corresponding secretary her junior year. Franny has been a member of the American Youth Foundation and attended the National Leadership Conference in August of 2012. She has been a 2-year member of Chamber Choir and spent her free time volunteering through H2Ed and St. Augustine's Church in Cleveland. Franny plans to study psychology at Kent State University. Her speech is titled, Be a Lion. Please welcome Franny Grau.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Franny Grau, and I am very excited to be here. 12 years, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone through 12 years of linoleum floors, fluorescent lights, and trailer park buildings. We have trekked from mods to building in the coldest of winter tundras, and we have spent hours pulling out our hair trying to figure out the answers to our math homework. And when we finally got those answers, we went right to bed. 12 years, and it all comes down to these few hours. I stand between you and your diploma, not only to inspire you to be amazing, but to remind you that you already are. In the classrooms of Lakewood High School, I have learned reading, writing, and arithmetic. I have learned conjugations, permutations, and many other Asians that I may not remember after this summer. But the one thing that I will always remember on looking back on my time here at LHS are the people, places, and events that made me feel inspired. I have been inspired to live, inspired to laugh, and inspired to inspire others. In Human Rights and Conflict, we learned of a man named Oskar Schindler. Oskar Schindler saved the lives of over 1,000 people during the Nazi occupation. This was the only successful endeavor that he ever embarked on in his life. After the war ended and the prisoners of the camps were liberated, Oskar Schindler went on to live his life as nothing more than ordinary. But Oskar Schindler was inspired, took initiative, and therefore was amazing. On a field trip to the Cleveland International Film Festival with my Spanish 4 class, we learned of an artist named Ariana Delawari. An Afghani-American, she made a documentary called We Called Home, and it was to honor the tradition of music in her country. Prior to 2001, the Taliban had outlawed music, which was one of Delawari's passions. She single-handedly stood for what she believed in. She made music in Afghanistan before the Taliban could once again outlaw it. Ariana Delawari found the mission, passion, and vision, and made her voice heard. Lee Hirsch, the director of the movie Bully, stood on this stage at the beginning of the school year. He dared his audience to dive into the touchy subject of bullying, and he made a spectacular documentary. His film showed how bullying affects many people from many different places. Lee Hirsch is daring, and his example should inspire us to step out of our comfort zones and step up for what we believe in. An old Italian proverb says, "It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a lamb." Schindler, Hirsch, and Delawari were lions. They all made changes in the lives of many people. I think it is safe to say that every single person sitting on